Hi everybody, today we're going to be talking about how to put together a bassoon and how to properly maintain your instrument after you have finished playing for the day. So first we're going to start with the boot joint. Now when you take out the boot joint, really you want to take it in a place that there are no keys. So you want to start off with this, and you also want to start off with your seat strap. After you've unfurled your seat strap, you want to put it right under the chair because you are going to be sitting on it, thus the seat strap. On the bottom of the boot, there are two holes normally on the bassoon that you can put a little ring or a little holder, a hook, to hold your bassoon in place. We adjust it just to make sure. Now we start by taking your wing joint or your tenor joint and putting it inside. Now you want to make sure that when you're putting inside the tenor joint, that for me, I have string, so I need paraffin in order to properly put my bassoon in its position. If you have cork, you take a bit of cork grease and you rub it all around the cork, and once you finish doing that, you can put it right in, and now this is your bass joint. Put your bass joint in like so, and on top you have a lock. You go ahead and you pop that in, and there should be a little hole for you to put it right into. Next, we grab the final piece of the bassoon, at least just for the main body, and that's just basically the barrel up at the top. All that holds is the B flat key from when you're hitting your low B flats, and it also is the top of your bassoon. Next, for me, you do not have to have this, but for me, I have big hands, so you want to make sure that if you do have big hands like me, that you have what is called a crutch. Now the crutch will go on the side of the boot inside of a little holder. Now some bassoons come as they don't have the holder right on it yet. So what you're going to have to do is there are 4 screws, and you have to screw them back in place. Finally, to finish off our bassoon, we have what's called the bocal. Now, in order to put the bocal in correctly, you see the cork right here? You do not put cork grease on this, otherwise it will be too lubricated and it will move around too quickly. So what you want to do is you want to take the bocal, put it in your mouth like so, just wet it up just a little bit, it doesn't need to be sopping wet, and you slide it right on in. Now you have to be careful because the bocal is a very thin metal and it will bend very easily. After that, all you need are your reeds, which I will pull out like so. I have my handy reed case, and here's one reed. Ideally, you would like to have this soaked, but you just put it right on, and now you're ready to play. Now, for when maintaining your instrument and you're finishing playing, what you want to do is when you're putting everything back, you put it back in the order that you put it together. In reverse order, So what you want to do is put away the bocal first. You want to put away this top barrel, the bass joint, putting it in ever so carefully, and you want to make sure that you're not holding any of the keys. Next, you want to put in the tenor joint. Now, finally, after all that, if you have crutch like I do, put the screw back in, and take your handy dandy silk towel or whatever you use to clean off the inside of your boot. You put it inside the wood end, push down the string a little bit so it makes sure that you go down all the way. Tilt it over and it should come out the other side on the metal joint. You pull it out. I like to wipe out the inside a little bit just to get that extra little condensation that might be in there. And I put the boot back. I take out my tenor joint again. Put the chain in the tenor joint like so. Go all the way through only once because the inside of here is all metal. And now I can put this away. And that is how you put together and disassemble a bassoon as well as maintain it after you are finished playing.